seconds and 15 seconds. Hey everybody, my name is Skye. Welcome to the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle Live. I'm here with Wendy and we are live on YouTube and Instagram, and it's all part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. Hey Wendy.
Hello. Hi Skye. I'm just starting on the Instagram thing now.
Okay, so, it sounds like you've got another window open there.
I want us to go on Instagram as well. But yeah, I can't press the go live, so I hope it's working.
That's okay. Just close that window. I will collab with you after. You had to do it beforehand. It had to all be set up. You can't go live.
Okay. Well, the button still is not available, so yeah. Strange.
That's okay. All right. You can move this across after. So tell me about your book.
So my book.
You're gonna have to close that window completely because it's all echoing.
Well, it says you are live. That's not right.
Can you close that? Because you're streaming it back through. All I can hear is myself and you talking.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Like that?
No, you haven't closed it yet.
Yeah, I've closed it now. It's gone.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yes, it's gone.
Okay. It just takes a moment. Cool.
No, it's not. Maybe we have to stop this. Is it still there? Oh, I think it's gone. Okay, I think we got there. Sorry, guys. We got there in the end. Okay, so tell me everybody about your book.
Oh, wow. I was going to pick your brain about your book.
Well, you can. I just wanted to give you the floor first to share a little about your book before we go into mine.
Thank you so much. So my book, that's actually a really great story about how I found out slowly through the years what in the water was making me allergic or basically inflamed on my fingers. And we have to go back a couple of years where I was going on holiday every summer with my parents. And the moment we would hit the sunshine, my hands would start to get these bumps and it would be excruciating pain. It would be so bad. I would sit like that to stay my hands out of the sun. Like when we were in the car, that was the worst, the car. I just had to hide my hands all the time. And you think you can wear gloves, but if you put gloves on, it get hot and it get like worse and worse. So this was really horrible. The best place for my hands to be was like inside the fridge. So I would open the fridge a bit and put my hands inside. Because you think maybe you could put ice blocks, but that comes water with, and water would make it worse too. So I always wondered, what it was. And I figured out avoiding the sun and avoiding water would solve the problem. So I didn't go in the pool very much, or I would just like hang on the side with my hands outside the pool. And so I was going to France, and you have this beautiful view, and the weather is so nice. Everybody's on holiday. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to relax in the pool, right? You have this holiday vibe. But I was always like worried, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix this problem? So, and you have to think that every time it would just, destroy the vibe of this holiday. So what happened was, once I figured out that I should not use soap, so we drive from here to France, we go to these disgusting toilets on the outside of the French roads. Everybody here knows them. You do not want to go there actually, but sometimes you have to. So you don't want to wash your hands with soap. So this is kind of a problem, right? Because you're like, ew, I want to wash my hands. So we use bottled water. And because, these little cloths you can buy and you can clean your hands with, they make the same problem, so I couldn't do that neither. And that's when I realized, like, wait a moment, after some years, because this started when I was 12, 13, 14. Wait, all these products to clean yourself actually are hurting me more. Like, I don't want to wash my hands. I will just, use water. So what did work was when we would go and have a campsite next to a river. So we had that when I was, I think, 17. So I had a couple of years of this problem. And I was like, I always wanted to go to the river because the water is so fresh and it makes you feel, alive and young and fresh. And yeah, like you finally woken up. And I said, well, I rather go to the river. I don't want to go in the pool. So I just never went in the pool anymore. I just went to the river. And then I was like, wait, but this is water too. I'm still in the sun. What's going on? Now, in France, they think that killing bacteria needs chloride inside. And in France, they put so much chloride in the water that it's not called an allergic reaction anymore. It's just called a normal reaction because there was no allergy. I'm not making antibodies against the water. I'm just destroying my hands with chloride. I'm just breaking down the, I think, epithelial in English.
Epithelium.
Yes. So I'm breaking actually the skin. And the sun would come in with the UVA, especially the UVA, creating inflammation because it wants to, the skin's supposed to protect you from this UV radiation, but it cannot anymore because it's completely broken. And so the body's like, oh my God, something's going on. I better make some inflammation. Now, when this started going better was when I started naturopathy, actually. When I was starting to do mast cell reduction things, or where you actually everything that is allergy reducing.
Yeah.
So that I would make like less histamine and less of all these substances that are in the chain of inflammation and allergies. So this happened a long time ago, and I always wanted to, tell to people, like, listen, if you have problems with water or problems with allergy, problems with your hand, you have, you react too much to things like soap or water or perfume or, in my case, also fabric softener. So I could handle all of those. My skin just could not. And so I kept all these stories of what happened to myself and how I figured it out, plus alternatives. So over the years, I figured out, okay, these ingredients I absolutely don't want. These ingredients are okay, and these ingredients are the best, and they actually help my skin instead of hurt my skin. And so I wrote the Toxin Free Childhood to not only help ladies like ourselves, but actually also families, focusing on products also for children, because for children, we want to be extra special careful for them. Their skin is so thin, the cells are growing, multiplying so much faster than in adults, and every little chemical that comes in their skin will be absorbed and come in the bloodstream, and it will affect cells, and it will affect the growth of even the organs, and it will be taken with them through life. So it stays with them for such a long time. So that's why I thought, okay, we need to be really careful with them. And when I got pregnant the first time, so now almost 13 years ago or 14 years ago, I started to make this book, let's just say, that became the book that is the Toxin Free Childhood. And over the years, from 10 years ago till now, I met people who made recipes by themselves. I picked something up from the internet and I put all those recipes inside. And so, yeah, it's a little different than your book, Skye. So I'm not focusing on the beauty of women that want, for makeup, but I'm really focusing on, hey, what's actually in the water? How can you filter it out? What are better options? What kind of filter can you choose from? What's in the air? How can you avoid certain issues that if you have problem with asthma, with Cara, with breathing, which the father of my son had. So that's where that story. So when I put my stories in too. And the third one is, like I said before, the skin. So products like soap, laundry detergent, hand soap, shampoo, and there's no replacements for that. So I know that I'll be talking for like 10 minutes.
That's all right. I wanted to find out more. So what I wanted to say is I've worked out that, oh no, I think it stopped. When I was talking, I think it was repeating, but it's not. But I feel like life is, I believe that our purpose is supposed to be from our own experience. So when we go through things which are like suffering, like me, I've had, and we've lost parts of our life and our health, and we work very hard to get it back. Is once you have your health, the purpose or job or role somebody has is really, in my eyes, dependent on their experience. I take a lot of value in someone's experience over university. Because I feel like I trusted so much in just this common thread, the same type of people going to the same universities or colleges, learning information and repeating it. Whereas when I healed myself, I was at rock bottom. I'd had 60 surgeries, 8 organs removed, been homeless, and I did it myself. And the people that in the bundle that I talked to, the transformations that occurred are because of decisions they made and responses in their body, like you're talking about the water. So I think it's books like this are so, so powerful when it comes to healing. I remember, before we get into my ebook, which is part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, which on it you can grab right now, which is in our bios or in the description for this, is I remember, and I think everyone gets inflammatory mediators at different levels and different types from the mast cells. And we just think they're common. We think like redness on the skin, itching on the skin. I just get a heat rash. I get really flushed when I exercise. But all of these are histamines and levels of mast cells activating in the body. But I was, as a child, I had been sick when I was younger, but I was doing very well. I played state water polo. So I was in the pool, these highly bromine, chlorine, like we don't have as much chlorine now, we have bromine. My skin would shine, it would be so tight, but I'd be in this chemical bath for hours training in the sun. So that first, before you get in there, they slap a whole lot of chemical sunscreen on. Then you jump in a chemical bath, the water polo pool, which they don't want, they don't want any germs in this. There's lots of chemicals. Then you're in the sun. All of a sudden, my skin started to welt, like literally burn, more than sunburn, burn. Then when it peeled off, because I was going through puberty, every pore on my skin was like clogged, and then there was levels of acne, and I was in so much pain. My skin was so tight, and the doctor's literally saying it's nothing more than you need to put barrier cream on now to protect you from what you're supposed to be doing. And like, so you saying that is reminding, but when I'm in river water, when I'm in nature's bath, I had no problems. I would tan. I wasn't going white with all these blisters and stuff. So it's really true. And I believe that our bodies can and should be healthy enough to be able to tolerate some level of pathogen or pollutant, right? But we shouldn't be constantly exposed to it to the point that we all think irritation is normal.
Yeah, I agree on that. I think that our stories are so similar to that how river water can be so healing, while a pool can be just breaking you down and let you go in pain for weeks afterwards until the skin healed. I'm so lucky that I didn't have it a lot on my face, but it sounds so painful what you had. And well, we should be grateful now that we can share that, because there's so many people out there that I've seen in, especially in natural parenting groups. Like there's like thousands and thousands of people in there, and every time I see another picture of a baby or a young child, I'm like, oh my, I know this is not rash. And they'll just get hormonal salve or some cream with zinc, which has oily petroleum, which has water inside, which has alcohol as preservative, and then zinc. Zinc is great, but the other ingredients would just hurt more. And they're like, we're desperate, we don't know what to do. And then you and we could tell them from our experience and prevent this child from years of suffering to come. And yeah, that I mean, that's why we do it, right? That's why we share.
100%.
I'm grateful that we can do that we can share, and that you can have me online. And I hope people are watching this, because I can't see like Instagram or nobody. So I'm like really curious if there's like people watching.
Yeah, there's a couple people watching at the moment, but I'm jumping back and forth just to check, because I can see on StreamYard, it looks like there's 14 people that are watching. And look, you have to, I guess, become very aware as well that you would have been like this. You find raw food, you cure so much almost instantaneously, and you walk out and you think everyone's going to go raw. You're like, look at this, I found this. And all you have to do is eat the food raw, and everyone's like, oh, I couldn't do that, for whatever their reason. And I have to make peace with the fact that I spend more time just sharing the things I've learned and the stories that I experience than trying to talk somebody into changing, because that's the hard part, right? Is you may have the cure to help a lot of these children. Even changing their diets would allow their body to metabolize anything that goes in the skin is going to go through the blood, go through the liver, right? At a better rate. If you give a low irritant diet, you can take on more irritants in the world in a better way. Not recommending it, but so when you find these things, but there's people listening out there now. And
I see a question coming up from Nick. I will answer his question.
Oh, you always have beautiful, I love that, all beautiful different drinks. I'm drinking a juice as well, which is, don't usually drink this late at night, but I'm a little dehydrated and I had some left. I'm drinking a juice, which is from Ali's ebook in the bundle. The Ultimate Raw Vegan bundle's on right now, guys. I take a photograph because so many things are going on. And I'm like, here it is. It's actually meant to be a smoothie. It's called All Greens. It's celery and cucumber and herbs and all other things. And it's in her smoothies ebook, Joyful Smoothie. Her name's Ali Addison.
Ooh, delicious. Yeah. I've been talking to Ali a lot. Sounds delicious, this one. Yeah.
Oh, you always have beautiful morning drinks. I forget it's morning. I'm literally winding down. I went so hard today, the first day of the bundle, that I hit, I think, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So it's 6 o'clock now. And I was like, I have to just put my feet up. My feet came off the ground. I was like, oh, that feels very nice.
Oh yeah, that's very good. Yeah, I bought some psyllium husk. Still have my psyllium bentonite mixture. That's from my detox program actually, and I picked it up now more than 9 years ago. And sometimes in the morning, I don't know, like I feel like maybe stomach acid isn't right. My stomach doesn't feel right. And I know for you, it doesn't work, Skye. So people, maybe it doesn't work for you, but for me, this is soothing. I love this jelly texture. And actually it helps my belly to be happy throughout the day. So this morning I was feeling a little bit discomfort. That's why I just put 1 heaped spoon like that in my drink. And I feel better. I feel it feels soothing to me. So I still do that. There's a whole theory behind it when you're doing a juice fast and why you need it and stuff like that. But yeah, for me it still works. I'm eating at the moment. I'm not doing a juice fast, but makes me feel good. So why not add a tablespoon of that in your juice?
Well, that's what you. I think the other hard thing to understand is when I got on how much the more I do the raw foods, the more my body you just know what to have. These feelings come up that you need some bentonite clay or you need a green juice. And getting in touch with that is such a gift because you're really getting back in tune with the animal that we are and nature. And that's what we're saying here. You step away from nature, you are literally playing with fire. And that I learned the very hard way, but then it was a way that I navigated through when I healed. And that's how, and I can bring it up on this, I think I can bring it up on some of it up on the screen since we'll be talking about it. Let me just show it here. Can we share screen of... Oh, I've got a lot open here. Whoops. Is it this one? No, that's something else. Oh my God, how many windows do I have open? Way too many. Oh, there it is. I'm like this. So hopefully I can bring this up on the screen now. So this ebook is called Raw Beauty. And the premise was that when I first healed myself is I was very aware that not just was I eating a raw food diet, but anytime I put anything even a bit dried or salt or anything away from just fresh food, which is provided to us in nature, I had some level of reaction. In fact, I feel like now I'm about to hit 5 years raw. It's only now I can eat different densities of food that aren't fresh and not be affected. And I think it's not that salt is necessarily bad, or it's not that dehydrated food is necessarily bad, but when your system has been through so much, it really can't take a lot more. Like the fact that I was survived was enough. But what I realized was I had to let go of hair dye, makeup. I would only use edible grade makeup on camera, like after 2 years of doing things like I'm about to show here. And so basically it started off with just coconut oil, and there was like a wash thing that was for my hair as well, which was not bicarb, it was rosemary and apple cider vinegar. And I had Dr. Bronner's fragrance free that I could use as well. And that was all that was in my shower until I started to use food products to give my skin, and it's amazing, an extra boost. And I can move along just to the contents here. So there's things like papaya face scrub. I use lemon juiced hair light to lighten my hair. I use cucumber to tone my face, avocado and coconut hair masked, peppermint almond foot scrub, sea moss as a hair gel, aloe vera eye gel, chia seed hair repair, oatmeal face mask. There's so many here. Perfume balm, which essentially is essential oils in shea butter. There's more here. But really, I found a solution to whatever I needed when it came to nature. Like, it's funny, right? We're so disconnected. We think that we need to spend all this money and we need all these fancy things. But I mean, for 3 years, I did nothing but food grade, literally only food went through my body and on my skin until I got to a point where I could put even more dried spices and stuff were a no for me for years. And like, I was actually noticing, I just held a retreat in Thailand. I noticed it's been the first time in I can't remember before I went raw, where I can eat things and not be fully affected, as in knocked around. And I am had a full hysterectomy, and I've had 3-4 glands of the body removed, and I've had my stomach, duodenum, and top of intestines removed. Oh, not all intestines, sorry, part of the intestines up the top. And I think even eating was just too much for my body. So making these type of food grade products it actually feels so incredible. Like all the food and stuff is just what if when you eat a mango, how good does mango feel on your skin? Or papaya, right? It's like it feels like I don't know. I feel like we would do better than we actually think if we were out in nature and all us women were hanging around rubbing papaya masks on our face and almond scrub on our feet. And I think we would probably be like, why did we ever think we needed Lancome? It
Makes everything so soft, right?
does. It
Yeah.
really does. And you feel the frequency. It's like when you eat fresh raw foods, you feel high. So when you are covered in it, it's like I feel like it's an invisible high. Well, most highs are, right? Yes, you're walking around and people don't know why, and you're like, it's the papaya scrub.
I love papaya scrub. I think it's so. When you said, "Oh my gosh, we almost have the same book," I immediately went to download yours before the public live and read through it. And except that you love this Dr. Bronner's product and that you use rosemary as well, I think all the recipes are different.
Oh, there we go. That's usually how it goes.
So it's not the same. Like I checked all the I read your book, and it's totally it's actually very, how do you say, can you say complementary, that they complement each other?
I kind of felt that they were doing that. I felt like I haven't had a chance, sorry, to go through your book, and I'm interviewing you later about your book. But I thought that yours is more cleaning products, or is it more?
Yes, it's really, yes, I have a super soft coconut face and body balm that has coconut and shea butter. But I make masquerades, if I pronounce correct. If I don't pronounce correctly, you tell me. From, for example, the rosemary, and I saw you infuse it in water, and
Yes.
I made it to be infused in oil. So it's different, and I don't use the slow method, but I use a fast method with au bain-marie, where you have water in water. So it's different technique, and it's just different way of getting the compounds out, and also different compounds, because some are water soluble and other ones are fat soluble. So we use the same kind of ingredients, but only these two. And yeah, I don't know if you want to bring it up here, but I can go through it quickly. I have you can?
Yes, I definitely can. Let me just find it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have it in my browser. I don't know if that works, or do you have it?
I don't think I've used it. I've got yours, but I've got it still linked. Yeah, here. I think unless you've upgraded it, and
I have. Yes, it's definitely gigantic different from when your version only has the text. The old one.
No. I mean, it says the one that I've got here says draft on it, but I still
yes, the draft only has the text. It's very boring.
Oh, I only have that one. That's the only one I have right now.
The content is almost the same, but yours doesn't look pretty.
Oh,
but hang on a second. The cover is the same. You can show the index table of content. See, so that was still the same.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so these are. Oh, yeah, beautiful. So here are all the recipes. Yeah. Yeah, so you got some creams there, but you also have 12 of them that have more to do with cleaning. So I really love to use the orange peels, because what you're going to do with the orange peels, if you throw all of them in your garden is getting to too much high acid inside. So you can't use all the orange peels in your garden. But they have limonene, which is the ingredient. If you look at any product in the supermarket or in the drugstore, it says limonene on it, and it sounds like lemon. It sounds like lemon, and then this is what comes from citrus peels. and it's so easy to extract. So that's in yours, it still has the mother orange extract. So I changed the name, like the mother orange extract. And this is what is used in shampoo. This is in all-purpose cleaners. This is, all these liquid hand soaps, even, the scoring cream. So, and it's so easy to get it out. I have a picture also of that. It's just peels in a jar. It just peels in a jar. That's it. You stuff the peels in a jar. You put the liquid on top. That's it. You put it in a cabinet or somewhere. You can even put it in the sun if you don't have shade, and it will still extract that from it. And you can use them dried. You can use them fresh. And there's also, in all soaps, there's something called saponin. And there are also amazing plants out there that have natural saponin inside. And it's not only Indian wash nuts. There is, we call it climbing up, but I have to look my own book because I had to translate that to English. You know that tree, that plant that climbs up old buildings with the dark green leaves? Yes. Yes, a vine like that. I have the specific name in the book in English. It's something that grows everywhere. Like everybody has it. It's really difficult to make it stop growing. It has awesome saponin. You'll find it.
Common vine that covers and
so you just go to. We have to go to the right page. Page I think 6.
You've got it there, have you? I was just asking, English ivy. Yes, ivy.
English ivy. Yes. But also horse chestnut. So that's the chestnut you cannot eat. They are here everywhere. And it has saponin in it too. You can use it fresh or you can use them dried. So what I do, I dry them in autumn. I just dry them. You just peel them and you dry. That's it. You can even just put them next to the radiator. You don't need a dehydrator. And then you have your own free soap nut. You don't have to make them fly from India to Australia or from India to Europe. You can just get them local.
So on that, I have a theory that God doesn't make mistakes, that what we actually need and what you've been drawn to and what I've been more drawn to here has been actually some of the more Australian tropical fruits that I have around me in abundance, right? So I have papaya, I have the avocado. I don't know about chia and flax, but for some reason, I truly believe that when it comes to healing, God never made mistakes. Like the weeds and herbs, that if we each foraged even around the polluted city or whatever, that a lot of what we would find would be what the body, people in those areas could use at different medicinal levels. So the fact that you're sourcing things from the area, I feel like the longer you go on this journey, we were talking about this morning. What live was I on? I was on my morning live because I was saying that, talking about Amazonian shamans and how I was, even before I got on my healing journey, I was always drawn to their incredible stories because someone said to Skye, the plant whisperer. And I said, I feel like what people don't understand is as you go into this raw journey, I said, I feel like with all the colors and all the bright fruits, I'm in kindy. I feel the vibes, but I'm not like, the plants aren't like, someone was saying that a lot of people heal by saying the plants talk. And I said, all my recipes come from the plants talking, right? But I was actually saying that as you go along, you become privy. Nature opens up more and more. And I was saying I'm in kindy with all the bright papayas and like colors still, even like peppers and green. But as you go along, you become privy to the consciousness and the abilities that herbs and leaves and trees and nuts and seeds have to actually fix and, because they were more used medicinally. Yeah. That's essentially what you're doing.
That is essentially my motto. My motto is that nature doesn't make mistakes. Like you said, nature has all the answers. It's all being created with us or for us. I believe personally that God created it with us, that we did it together.
I agree. Yeah.
And that it is out there, and it is out there in your garden too. It's just that most people don't know what is right in front of their nose because nobody shares it anymore. It's been the last 100 years. It has been hundreds, I think maybe 150 years. It's been so common to rely on somebody outside yourself to bring you health, to bring you the solution.
But Wendy, when we rely on somebody else, you know why that's happened? Because nature doesn't make mistakes. We think God is outside us. Like
Right.
when you start separating yourself from Wendy and separate myself from God and from the person that lives next door, you start to have to need things externally. When you go, I am source, I am God, I am Wendy, I am the neighbor, we are all one, we are all this source power, you can start coming back. But this takes work, very rewarding work, right? Like you work on yourself, you work on healing. And people, if you said to people, you know, you cannot feel separate, you can connect to source and God, they want an instant pill. And that's not how this works,
they want the
right?
solution. Like bring it to me. Do me a healing. It's solved.
Show me now.
Can help you learn how to heal yourself. You know, can take your hand and show you how I do it and help you find your way. But then you've got to do it. That's exactly it. It's, I am that I am. I am that I am. It's
I like that.
And in a way, I do like that from Asia. That the Namaste is the, you know, the God in me is greeting the God in you. So I always, yeah, I think I was just like lucky that all of this came to me when I was about 10, and then I kind of forgot, and then came back to me when I was like 26. Like I had everything a human can possibly need in this culture, and I got all my securities, and I was just depressed as hell. I was just like, people.
That's new. That's I was put on antidepressants. I was in a lot of physical pain and put on antidepressants for years. But what at the end got me to completely change my life was the amount of suffering that I'd endured. So the reason if you keep giving me tablets to make me comfortable and surgeries and fluffing my pillow and support me no matter what I do, a human doesn't make change. You rip away someone's family, you take away any medication working, you become homeless, you lose everything. Is unless I do this, Skye, you will die. And so when I made the change, the question was, how much do you want your life? How much do you want your life? Not many people sit in that space. Most people are like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't really like it. I'll have a coffee or some alcohol. And I've been there. But we have to remember that, and you probably know this, is like the depression is so that we're not in alignment. We have to move. That's what dopamine is supposed to get us to move.
That's it. We got to go somewhere. I was speaking yesterday on a live with someone else, and we were talking about, you know, that puddle of mud that's in front of your street, that water just sits there. If that water sits there, it's drying up. There is like all weird stuff growing in. Dirt gets inside. It's muddy. It's yucky. It's stinky. We do not want to be there. We want to be in that river that is streaming from up and down, and it's encountering things in that river. There are beautiful fishes, beautiful animals, maybe beautiful turtles. There might be an annoying log blocking your way. But then you find a way to use the log, climb on it, make a boat out of it, and that's life. That's how we do. We flow with life. We like that beautiful river, and then you feel that freshness, you feel that clarity that fresh river water brings. That is so clear. That is see-through.
That's exactly right. To
You
get
learn to
there, you
surf.
had to probably wade through some mud, right? You had to go up, down, through the reeds. But by the time you get to the clear ocean, you appreciate the clear part of the ocean because you've been through the reeds and the ups and the downs and the rocky waves.
Exactly.
And
We've been through the storm.
We
That's
have.
that's a very well-known passage, right? Been through the storm in the valley of death and stuff like that.
Yes. You know what else is very similar between you and I, Wendy, is you and I, before we got well, seemed to hit a point that was so severe with chronic fatigue. And I wonder if there's just a type of physiology or an archetype in a person where it's like you're so unwell and so out of alignment and need to find your way so much that you're not going to basically move. Hey, Elena, is it good morning? Oh gosh, you two are getting alike. She's your twin. You look like your mama.
You should see the eldest. That's worse.
Oh, I did see that before.
I don't want to make her a YouTube guru yet. She's too young.
No.
Kunnen jullie even wat anders gaan doen, hè? We're still talking about the life.
I think
we did hit that thing, and I think that archetype that you were talking about, I think actually it's a physical state. The moment that you lose all your certainties, you lose all your basic human needs, or they're all fulfilled, you hit a stagnant point, and the nervous system cannot handle that.
Yes.
The nervous system it has to do something. And I seriously believe, and there's like research done by Dr. Joe Dispenza, that the pineal gland will start to make different hormones, just as in you were doing a long water fast, for example, or like in long meditation. But when you come to a place in your life like that, it has to happen too. You don't do the meditation, you don't take your ayahuasca or whatever, but it still happens. And then it's like you awake, that, like he says. But now my little baby is being dropped here by the other one who's probably done babysitting. Yeah, you take it up. So, and we were just in such an important point that I want to make for people, that I say, like, if you're suffering and you're suffering for the last 10 years, either you haven't suffered enough or it's not motivating you enough to take action to make a change. It's telling you to change, or you have to suffer harder in order for it to happen automatically, which is actually the hard way. Or you decide that you're in charge of your life, you want to live, and you're going to make a change, and you're going to do it now. And you're going to take a little step. Every single moment you're aware of it, you take a step. Don't take a step, you fall back, you're suffering more for 10 years, but maybe then this is part of suffering, is your comfort zone. Unfortunately, I'm going to be really hard here on people.
Because people don't want to hear it, because people, and if you told me this 20 years ago when I'd already had most of my 60 surgeries, that you haven't suffered enough, I would say, and this is a personal journey about the soul as well. This isn't a judgmental thing, right? Because I would go, you don't know, this is what I would have been like, you don't know what I've been through, but I was still too comfortable. If something went wrong, I was rushed to a hospital. There was someone there to pick me up, to hold me, right? So privilege doesn't always get you privilege, right? In fact, for me to change, I had to lose everything to go, now, Skye, do you want this? Like literally God, me, source, whatever you want to call it, is going, do you want this? Because it's there, you feel better on raw, or you're going to die. Like it's literally, and that is a place. And as you said, is sometimes, and I probably think that my personality archetype, whatever you want to say it, who the type of person I am, is I need that support with me every day sometimes. Well, not every day. When things, I'm like, is this what I want to do? Is this like when I go through a bad day or something, is I just have to think where I've been, and it keeps me back in alignment. And so I'm grateful for it. But you're right. You've got to start making those changes every day, or you are comfortable in your misery. Because
there's people that stay in that comfort, like they take a few steps forward, they take a steps back, they take a few steps forward and steps back. And that is actually, that's the worst ever, because you keep getting back to that comfort zone, which is actually your suffering, where you think, but it's so this
No,
is
I
the
think
hard
that's a new thing.
thing.
So I think so. What you're trying to do is create in the physical brain neural
Mhm.
networks of forward and being uncomfortable, but you're striding and you're doing it for you for the long term, right? Is most of your life you've been cycling and you've got all these pathways where you go back and forth and up and down and have alcohol. Now I'm going to juice cleanse. You create, if you do these, you create even deeper neural pathways where you just keep jetting out in or darting out into basically quick fixes. It's like a pill. Is you think you're going to juice or something because it's going to relieve suffering, but then you're going to drink afterwards and eat meat, and there's a whole new cycle. This is why I as a health coach prefer. And many people don't want to do it. They want the 30 days to juice and we're going to cure all your problems. But I want
Yeah,
to
and then
know
you did them, and they go eat alcohol, drink alcohol, like you said. Like
that.
that just totally doesn't make any sense, like at all. And that's
Well,
also
I
what
think
I was
it's even
thinking.
worse for your body because you've cleaned it
Yeah.
out to a point where this now hits different levels. But it's harder. And the reality is, if you want to be well up until you're 100, is you have to make little better changes every day and keep moving away and never touch the alcohol, the meat, the coffee, the bad habits ever again. And it's too
Hmm.
much for most people. So you have to take little steps. But the idea is you never go back. Even if you slip back a little bit, you then go, I'm going to keep going. And that people don't want to do. I've got live with Lissa. It's called doing the work. And most successful, I saw this successful guy, entrepreneur, does the motivational reading, the ice baths. He said this, he said, if you do the hard things in life, like the running and the motivational work, he goes, your life will be easy. If you do the easy things in life, you will have a hard life. Like, so if you go drink, smoke, eat bad food, the easy things, your life will be not very good. But if you go and do the hard things, you will have the dream life. It just equates to the dream. And a lot of people, I think, just aren't ready for it. If you're watching this live, I believe you're destined to think about that. It doesn't mean you have to
To
change
wake up,
instantly. Wake up! Wake up, people! Get
wake
the
up.
bundle!
No, but this is what you like. It looks like we're selling recipes. We're actually giving you a cheap opportunity to take control of your life, to get there where you want to be. We're just providing you the tools to get there. And we're talking about this really deep stuff because we are so happy that we make it out on the other hand, that we feel we are in control of our life. And not control from your brain, but the flow that I was talking about earlier, the flow of that river that comes out in the ocean, where you can just appreciate life, and you can look at that river and all its obstacles that you've overcome, and feel like, yes, these obstacles were there to help me, so that
Yes.
now I have a comfortable life. And
Wendy, not many people see life like the way that you're. See, I see it like that. And I do a lot of podcasts and talks, and not many people do see that suffering is the reason you will have light. Like the reason that Wendy wrote her book years ago was because she suffered. The reason I get up and I want to speak and I write another book and and I want to do a retreat and I want to help people is literally because I've suffered. And when you can, and it's such a hard thing to say because sometimes I don't think it's in everyone's conscience right now to understand this. But if you can understand that most of the greatest skills, think about how adrenaline works, right? Is when it kicks in, you basically get a photographic memory. Okay. So a lot of people in society, when they go through a trauma, will call it PTSD. I can relive it. I keep reliving it. But what if you could shift that reliving as that event to basically overcome it at a safer time and then reuse it to change the world, right? So there's, people go through trauma, and I've been down that road where my liver started failing from drinking to cope. I was in psychiatric units. I got FND where I couldn't walk or talk. It was like I'd had shell shock. But once I started to put the goodness in my body, I could see clarity and the power it has to share with people that you can overcome 60 surgeries, 8 organs removed. If you told me in the midst of going through all that PTSD that all that I went through was going to be my gift, I wouldn't have been ready to hear it. But now I know more than life itself is life itself, like the power.
I agree with you. I would not, I would have been angry, I suppose. I would have felt that my ego would have been hurt. And, but I'm talking me as a teenager.
Yeah.
um, I was open to these kind of conversations and I was interested in it. But if somebody would really address it that direct, as you just did, I would have felt attacked, misunderstood, and I would have maybe rejected this conversation and go to another video. And that's not what we're trying to do here, people. We're just trying to tell you that life on the other side is so beautiful that please don't feel attacked. If you have that hurt feeling and you feel we're not listening, we didn't listen, we didn't understand how hard it is for you right now, that is the trauma speaking. That is the psychosomatic blockage still locked in your brain somewhere, screaming for attention. And we want to address that. You can give that part of you softness. And yes, we could give that to you too if we were talking one-on-one on something specific, so that you can go through that. But then it's still up to you to take that step, that next step, where you decide, I'm going to eat 100% raw, or I'm going to do my meditation, or I'm going to run 30 minutes every day. And that's up to you.
It's
so there is life beyond the suffering.
But that's the key as well, Wendy, and I don't think people want to hear this. It is up to you. So people like, oh, my doctor didn't do this, or this didn't come through at the college I wanted to get into, or this friend didn't turn up for me. When you realize the power that you actually have, my greatest happiness came from and comes from, and I'm not a mother, so that part's not there. But I am an auntie, and the more I work on myself, I promise you I'm a much better auntie than being on a whole lot of pharmaceuticals and laying in a bed. Like, I'm like, let's go to the pool. Let's go on the float. Did you see my video? We're like zooming around Thailand. I could not do that. I can only do that because I choose to look after myself. And the thing, because a lot of people are going to hear what we're saying and they're like, well, that's all well and good, but how do I get out of this? And many people don't want to hear this, but you have to just start making small, good choices. You have to not let the choice go. So your good choice may be that you eat a really bad diet, but you rely too much on alcohol. Your first good choice may be that you don't change anything except getting rid of alcohol. But you have to work on that enough that you can do it. And all of a sudden and I've done it as an alcoholic, as someone with all this pharmaceutical, all these painkillers and amphetamines and all these other things, is once you overcome one obstacle, you realize the power you actually have to make another good choice and all the other good choices. And I feel like if you go through life, just your only goal is to tick goals off that you've maintained a good choice. I feel like you're going in the right. You're heading towards you. You're going back to you.
That's I believe that's her sole purpose, to find yourself find yourself. That is our goal. That is our spark. And just to get closer and closer to who we really are, like what's our core being, without being distracted by addictive drink, addictive alcohol, addictive TV, like all the entertainment. That's been said since the Roman age. Give the people play and bread. It keeps them comfortable. It keeps them all numbed out. It keeps them all in the same. They all go sit there and watch the play, go watch the Olympics. And of course, it's awesome, but that's not who you are. That's just distraction from who you really are. And once you feel that spark and you can open that in your heart, like life is so much more beautiful. And I believe that nature has the way. I believe that nature shows you the way. And that's why we make these books. It's not just a recipe book, DIY beauty, DIY soaps. It's way more than that.
It's like an amalgamation of courses, things we learn. It's basically what the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle is we've all contributed courses or ebooks which will support you when you make better choices for yourself. Like it'll be that time where you're like, I need to clean the floor, but I get allergies, and you'll be like, I can go look in Wendy's book. Or you'll be like, I want to do better for just be more natural, and you might get my almond scrub from a book. I've got Simple Recipes in another book. You might use Lissa's book. There's Doug Graham and Chris Kendall's 80-10-10 course that's there. Like there's so much there. And it's just, and it's only available for 10 days at that price. Otherwise, it's worth $1,500. I did want to say I saw there's people, because I jumped back across to an Instagram page, watching there as well. Someone from New Zealand is there. I just wanted to make known that I am going back and forth and looking there too.
I appreciate you doing that. I can't do that. I only see people here on the right on YouTube that wrote us a couple of questions, and I'm happy that you guys reply and that you are replying with your questions and with your own experience. We really appreciate that, and we want to hear about that too. So thank you so very much. I don't know how you're sitting with the time, Skye, but I'm getting really thirsty here.
Yeah, no. And plus you've got climbing all over you. No. That it's time for me to go to bed. I've been going. I feel like I got up. The bundle started at midnight last night. I went to bed. Remember I said I was going to stay up and do a live? I got too tired, and then I woke up at 1:30. I was like, did my post go through? And I'm like, I've been going and going. So we can go.
Okay, wow. Well, I can actually say that my newsletter didn't go out because there were so many signups that I hit the top limit, and I was like, oh no, my email didn't go through that the bundle's live with all the cool offers. So I was like, oh, that's sad. Now I have to fix that problem. But yeah, we fixed it. So we upgraded the limit. Now everybody can receive the emails. Yeah, that's something that I always do with a newsletter from the Dutch Fruit Festival, that, I send things out like recipes and good deals like the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. So that's something that I always, so if anybody is watching and is like, I want to stay up to date on Wendy's stuff, you can contact me on Healthy by Wendy or Dutch Fruit Festival, both in the Netherlands, .nl, so you can stay in touch with me. And if everybody's watching with me, I'm sure you also found Skye by now, because this is her channel.
Oh, we're on my Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on your YouTube, and we're on your Instagram. So we're trying to cover as much of the internet as possible. So half the internet's probably seen us somewhere, at some place.
Yeah, so just go follow us on YouTube, so you can keep the videos, because Instagram just makes stuff get lost.
Yes, that's why I like it on YouTube as well, because I noticed, I would go, oh, I had this great video I did, and then I'm like, oh my God, it was 3 years on a live, and usually you go back and it freezes and you can't find it. And I will let, you know what, Elena's been on YouTube so much with all her fruit and dips and smiling and stuff. She's like, Mum, why am I not on there?
I don't know. Well, my kid was making a YouTube, which was going really well. And then, we had to quit that because there were so many haters and people commenting, and his life. We found that he was too young to receive so much. Like his. Yeah, that was, so we had to quit that. But anyway,
there.
So he is still going on, like he still wants to start it, but I think maybe when you're a little bit older, it's still a little bit easier. If you're still a kid, dangers of the internet are real.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Right.
you have a good day. I will have a really good night. My pajamas and my dressing gown are waiting for me. They're like, wait a minute, climb in. So, but also anybody watching, make sure you at least go check out the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. The link for that is in the bio for our Instagrams, and because you've got to be somewhere if you're watching us, on our YouTubes, in descriptions. Wendy can drop hers after this video is up, so they should all be there. Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, go check it out. We will see
All right.
you. We will see you next live video. Thank you so much for having me, Skye. You have a good sleep.
Anytime.
All right.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.